My name is Amine. Welcome to our newest show,
the UnObtuse News.
We cover news topics about what happened this week in our schools, the Davidson Academy, and just general funny things as well.
Today's date is the 7th of December, 2025.
It is slightly chilly with the next few days having consistent weather.
Finals week is approaching, along with Christmas.
And now for the main news. This week, we have cookie karaoke coming up on Tuesday. I heard you'll be able to get some free cookies and do some very fun karaoke. Unfortunately, we all know it's coming. We have finals. So, make sure to study, and I'm sure everybody will do fine.
And now it's time for our main section, the school dance. So, recently we both went to our school's winter dance for 2025. Theme is Aurora Borealis.
Yeah, how do you think it went?
A bit off. So, this was the first dance I ever went to. Now, correct me if I did something wrong. But I got so bored there, I hosted a game of bowling with plastic water bottles. What about you?
It was fun, but it was a little underwhelming. It feels like they didn't really consider the students' music request and assumed everybody who submitted something was trolling, except for just all the K-pop songs. And it also felt a little empty compared to the previous years, but maybe that's just because most of my friends couldn't make it.
Yeah, so this leads into today's main topic. So what do you think dances could do? Are they lacking something, or overdoing something, or good in general?
Well, I think this applies to almost all events, but I think really just considering what the students want would make it more helpful. I think it was good that they had food and everything, and the music was nice, but I don't know. I feel like most people didn't show up, and the timing was a little bit weird. Maybe having it closer, I don't know what would make it good, but, just moving the timing around, maybe seeing what would be convenient for people.
Yeah, and I feel like, as I said with the bowling thing, we need more student engagement. So I think that would either involve adding activities for students who aren't able to dance or don't want to embarrass themselves by dancing. So for example, maybe adding board games in the corner or just having some physical sports like stuff.
I remember one time they had a little treasure hunt thing with clues scattered around, and that was really fun for people who didn't want to dance. It was pretty hard though.
Yeah, that sounds good, like a scavenger hunt that you can entertain yourself once you're tired of dancing. Why don't they do that now? And also, I feel like we should have more student engagement by keeping the students there. Obviously, it wouldn't be a dance if there's nobody out there. So I propose a new idea, a small hype event. Basically, we just say that in the middle of the dance, there's going to be a special event, such as the mascot appearing or just giving away some free little merch or trinkets. So that way more people will be incentivized to stay at the dance for longer.
Ethan, you're definitely a businessman.
Yeah, I guess you could say that because the merch won't be that expensive and it will encourage more people to come. So, yeah, I guess you could say that.
It is a good idea, though.
Yeah, you should have more students having fun there. All right, so then we will be moving on to our next section where we will also be covering students.
So, for this week's polls, we asked you two important questions. How do you feel about the new DA relocation?
And how to pronounce the funny moving image.
For the first question about relocation, most people said that they were curious or liked the idea of DA relocating to a new building.
Really? I am mostly indifferent to it. I feel like it would take me some time to adjust to the new layout, but it should be fine. What about you?
I think it might be good to have a bigger space, especially with how some classes have been pushed down into the annex or to the back of the school, but I'm also a little bit worried about the expansion kind of messing up the feel of the community. But I'm not going to be around to see it, so I don't know. I think it'll be positive.
Yeah, what I was thinking is that with the new DA space, they could finally bring back the air hockey and foosball tables. Please, I am begging you, bring them back.
Real?
Yeah. Now for the second part, we asked you how to pronounce the word, and I quote, GIF. So what is the consensus?
So most people ended up pronouncing it GIF.
I just call it GIF. Better to take time spelling it than to start a heated debate.
I usually just use different pronunciations interchangeably, but honestly, I think reaction images are more fun to use than GIFs or GIFs. Now, we can look at the funniest responses. Somebody said they pronounced it as glib, and the other said they pronounced it as yes.
I don't think these people are trolling. They just kind of comedicize the situation of this. Furthermore, somebody pronounces it, let's see here, mayonnaise. I take back my statement about trolling.
Another person just called it Gabe. I don't know what that means.
Maybe they just want a pet GIF and just gave it a name. Alright, so that's all for the poll segment.
And don't forget to vote on next week's poll to share your important opinions.
And now it's time for DA news. So what has been going on in the DA? Recently there was news about something crazy. The boys' bathroom stalls were all locked up.
Yeah, they had to put a whole serious announcement about it.
So my personal theory about it is that the person who locked the stalls crawled under the gaps. I also believe that it wasn't just one person, it was a joint effort where a group just kind of conquered and colonized the bathroom and locked up all the stalls. I think it was more of a senior prank, actually.
Even if it was a senior prank, it was still definitely very controversial, and I think it was pretty harmful.
Yeah, this one impacted a lot of people. I feel bad for the guy who just wanted to go to the bathroom and had to report all the stalls being locked up. So, do you have any plans for a calmer, nicer senior prank then?
Well, I have a lot of time to think about it, and I don't know what I'd do. Maybe something funny and fish-related, like putting a giant fish cardboard cutout in the hallway?
Yeah. So, I haven't really planned it either, but I was planning either to just also dress up, or I would maybe do something nice, like go to the Lost and Found, check out all the items and track who they belong to, so that way I could give it at the end of the year, Christmas themed, to all the people who lost them. It's not really a prank, but it's community building.
That's actually really nice.
Yeah. So, that's all for this week. If you would like to share a story, be a guest, or give any kind of suggestion, send an email.
And sorry for this episode being so short. This is just our first try, and we're going to be sure to have some great news next week as well.
Yeah. Have a great day. Prepare well for finals. Good luck, and thank you for tuning into this week's session of the UnObtuse News.